welcome back to another episode on Goldcrest Valley. Thanks for tuning back in. And for this episode, what we're going to need to do is we need to spend some money. We've been working pretty hard the last few hours in trying to save up money. We started with 20,000 in the bank. We're now at 65,000, a little over 65,000. So we've earned $45,000 doing selling a little bit of wheat and doing jobs for some of the local farmers. And we're going to obviously continue to do that. We're going to do quite a bit of that because until we can find 100 pieces of gold nuggets, we're going to just have to do things pretty small and kind of rinse and repeat a lot. And of course, I'm not going to show on camera every single episode or every single job that I do, because that will kind of get a bit monotonous, I think. You've already seen me spread fertilizer. I think you've seen me do that twice. You've seen me obviously drive down the highway with my blinker going. You've seen me, welcome to the town of Maplefield. Huh, that's interesting. You've seen me harvest the canola in the field that we just passed. So we'll do some different things, and I will kind of share with you different things, different tasks on the farm as I see necessary, or I see the interest certainly being there for you to watch. And so we're going up to the store, and we're going to buy a plow. And we also need to buy a fertilizer, either spreader or sprayer. And at this particular point in time, I'm leaning towards sprayer. Even though it has a little shorter working width. We will just see. Alright, so turn into the store. Try not to knock anybody down. Before we go into the store, actually, I do want to try something. Now, some of the streams that I've watched in recent weeks, or recent days since last week, mid-last week, I think there's been issues, and I'm not going to sell this tractor. I'm just going to see what customization is available for it, because customize. I want to see if we can get a front loader attacher, and it says that we can, and it's $800. Now we're eventually going to need a front loader, because we're going to need to buy seeds, and we're going to need this for our animals. So for right now, I'm going to just bypass this for now, because I wanted to make sure that it was possible, and it appears that it is. I saw one guy that was streaming last week rented a tractor to do this task, and I was kind of surprised that it wouldn't, that the tractors that we had on hand that was given to us at the beginning of the game wouldn't work. So we'll just get rid of this question mark here, and let's go to the store. All right, so we're going to need to buy a plow. That's what we're going to do first. And the problem, I was looking at this one. The issue is that this working width, which I would buy, but unfortunately it requires 180 horsepower tractor. We don't have a tractor that's 180 horsepower. So we're down to these two. They're both 2-meter working width plows. So we'll get the Kuhn. And there's our very first purchase. And there it is. So let's go and attach up to this guy and take it back to the farm. Again, our next purchase will need to be something to spread or spray fertilize. Again, right now I'm leaning towards the sprayer. We'll just have to see. Maybe I should have also picked up the front weight. Looks like he's doing all right. Probably would be best suited to have a front weight in the front of this. This is a beautiful community, beautiful map. Go ahead and get Stan to plow this field. I decided it was too risky to attempt to try to rent a forage harvester for this job, just because, well, just wasn't sure. Wasn't sure if there was enough yield to even make it worth it. So we opted to not do that. Alright, so we'll get him started here. He is off. Alright, he's really efficient, so we'll go ahead and turn off his beacons, and we will jump out. Alright, we'll have this field plowed in no time. Take a look at these textures and appreciate that. Love that three-dimensional. Let's go do another job because we need to recoup a little bit from that having to spend that money. But again, you gotta spend money to make money. And just FYI, I've done jobs for these nearby fields here, and I really don't think that there's anything else to do here just yet, but we will check and see. But I sort of doubt that there. Yep, nothing to do here. Of course, we did that spreading job across the street, and we harvested down here, so we'll have to go a little further away to find more work. All right, we need to spread a little slurry for Miss King, looks like. Hi there, you wouldn't happen to be looking to make some extra cash, would you? We just had a bit of bad luck with one of our tractors acting up, and there's a field that needs fertilizing pronto. If you're up for it, I could pay you $31.88. Just try not to break anything, okay? Well, I don't think I'll break anything. Let's do this. We haven't sprayed any manure yet, or slurry, that is. Back up, pick up the weight. I'll be honest, this is the first time I've ever done a slurry tanker. I never really accumulated enough slurry in 15 to ever get to this far with using a slurry tanker, so it's a little bit different. Just making sure that we're covering well. We want to earn our money. All right, not the best job in the world, but hey, it paid a little bit of money there. We'll take it. We will take it. You wouldn't happen to want to make an extra $12,014, would you? I've got a field that needs harvesting ASAP, but my regular guy isn't responding to my texts. Probably lost his darn phone again. Anyhow, if we don't get this crop out soon, it'll go to pot. Can you help a fella out? Sure. All right, 12,000 plus 8, almost 9,000. 21,000 dollars. Not bad, not bad. All right, and you don't even have to really finish the job, I suppose. Anywho, that's a good work, good day's work. We're back up to 75,000, and we're over here by our truck. So let's head back to the farm and check on our hired help. Make sure they're all still doing what they need to be doing. I wonder if I can get back to my farm this way. I think I can. There we go. A little shortcut. And he's still plowing, but it looks like he's almost done. That is fantastic. All right, well, I'm going to end this episode right here, and I'm going to do a little bit of off-camera work, more jobs, probably get the suspension of this truck fixed after bouncing around like that. Do some more jobs off camera and accumulate a little bit more money, and then come back again with another episode, and we'll probably go buy, I may buy the fertilizer sprayer off camera, and we'll come back and show some more action down here on Goldcrest Valley. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.